All right, so I know I just got through doing this. I had did a stream just a few minutes ago, about this game just a few minutes ago, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it turned out, so we're gonna do it again. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video, and today we are live. Week 6 of the NFL season is coming up, and for the Chicago Bears, they will be taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in London, especially early game in London. And this should be a tough game. I'm excited for it, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this game. This is the game before the Bears officially go on their bye week, so it'll be nice to walk out of this week with a win. And so basically, in this video, or in this stream, rather, I'm going to be giving my 3 keys of the game with a little extra twist. I'm going to be adding the all 22 footage in this video, just to prove my points about certain things. I'll try to keep it short as possible, maybe about 30, maybe about 25 minutes. I'll try to keep it short, but I'm not going to hold you guys for too much longer. The Jacksonville Jaguars coming in at 1-5, 1-4. We are coming in at 3-2. This is a big game for us. I feel like going into the bye with a win would be nice. There are a couple things the Bears can do to be able to win this game. This is a new format I'm going to be trying. I'm going to try to make this the new norm if people like it, if you guys like it. But we'll see. It all depends on how you guys like this. Again, I tried this before, but some things went wrong, and the stream went black for some reason. So we're going to try this again. So, number 1, we got to be able to generate some explosive plays against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are prone to give up a lot of explosive plays. They give up about 206 or is it 236 pass yards per game. So they are not a good defense by any means. They do have some nice pieces. They have Tyson Campbell, who's coming back. I think Darnell Savage has been a pain in the Bears side for a while. They have a good defensive line in Trayvon Walker, who maybe not like a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, but is still a very good pick. I think he was a former number 1 overall pick. Still got Joshua Hines Allen, and they still have Eric Armstead on that defensive line. They have some talent on that defense, but they give up like 30 points per game. So that's a big plus for the Bears, and the Bears just got through scoring 36 against arguably a worse defense. So, there's some things that the Bears can do to be able to help themselves win this game. I'm going to show some plays real quick in quick succession. This first play is going to be one of my favorites last week. I hate that this little gray tint on the all 22 footage, but this is just how the NFL likes to do. Let's see here. All right, so what we are going to do now is we're going to take a look at this play in real time. This is the 34-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore that happened on Sunday. We're going to look at this in real time first, then I'm going to break it down. But this goes into my point that we need to generate explosive plays. So it's a gun look already. Caleb gets a snap off. Play action. DJ Moore runs right past J.C. Horn for a touchdown. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a pro at all 22. I don't know all the coverages. I don't know all the schemes or concepts like that. I just know what I see on the film. And what do I see on the film? I'm going to go back, and I'm going to slow this play down to about half speed. And what we're going to get here is we're going to get a gun look. DJ Moore up top against J.C. Horn. We're going to have Keenan Allen down here. Rome Odunze down here. 3 wide receivers. 1 tight end. 1 running back. And they think there is, and then it's just straight 5-man protection. It's going to be a play action. So this is going to be a play action pass. What you're going to get here is you're going to get DJ Moore running a crossing route across the middle of the field. So right there, this tells me right here that this is some type of zone coverage. You see this guy dropping a zone or spy right here. You see him drop into a middle zone right here. And I'm guessing what's supposed to happen in this zone is with J.C. Horn following DJ Moore like this, I'm guessing that J.C. Horn is supposed to let go of DJ Moore to this guy. But what happens here, and this happens with the Jacksonville Jaguars too, because when you look at the film, and I'll show you guys a play, they gave up a big play on Sunday to Alec Pierce. Play action holds up. You got the protection. Braxton's anchoring down. Darnell Wright has his man hemmed up. You got DeAndre Swift helping Colton Shellman. I'm sorry, I think that's Matt Pryor. It's one of those guys. Colton Shellman's right there. I think this is Cole Kmet. Actually, no, this is Cole Kmet and DeAndre Swift hemming up this guy. Matt Pryor's holding up pretty well. Tevin Jenkins, they all hold up pretty well for this play to develop. You see Caleb sees this. What's going to happen is J.C. Horn is going to let go of DJ Moore, or is trying to let him go so this guy can pick him up. Rome Odunze is running a streak. Keenan Allen's also running another crossing route. So what's going to happen is that creates miscommunication. This guy, instead of taking DJ Moore right here, he's going to let him go, which causes J.C. Horn to try to recover. He does not. DJ Moore gets the pass, walks in for a touchdown. And this is some of the things that happened to the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, because if I look up in here, and where is it? There was a play to Alec Pierce that looked very similar to this. Once again, I'll play it at full speed first. Gun look, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. You're going to get a play action pass. Alec Pierce going over the middle. Touchdown. Gives a nice little shimmy move right there. Touchdown. So what happens here is you think you get a man look here by the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll slow it down. Flacco sees that. I think this is a man coverage look. This corner is going to be blitzing off the edge. That gets picked up. Everybody gets picked up right there. And this gives a little lane for Flacco to step up. What I'm guessing is it's like this. It might be like a hybrid maybe. Because when I'm looking at Alec Pierce, he gets off the line pretty fast. This guy lets go of him. So clearly he's expecting one of these guys to pick him up. Because this corner right here has Michael Pittman Jr. This linebacker is watching Flacco. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, one of these 2 dudes right here, number 51, or this guy right here, has to pick up Alec Pierce right here. They do not. There's a miscommunication. And mind you that the Jaguars are one of the worst coverage teams in the NFL. You see no safety back here until that ball is gone from Flacco's hands. There's the safety right there. So there is nobody over the middle of the field. Flacco lets go of that ball. Clear miscommunication because dudes are looking around like, what the heck just happened? Caught. And the result is a result. It's a touchdown. That's kind of the stuff I see the Bears are trying to run a little bit more of. We saw Shane Waldron run concepts like these with DJ Moore, and it's very similar. Guy doesn't pick up another guy. It's miscommunication. The Caleb steps up in the pocket and delivers the ball directly to DJ Moore. We can exploit this Jacksonville Jaguars secondary. They're not a very good unit, even with Tyson Campbell coming back. They play a lot of cover 2, cover 3 zone. I would think they would not like to play man against this receiving core. So if we're able to generate explosive plays like this, I have a feeling that the Bears are going to be able to win this game pretty easily. I'll show one more play here to DJ Moore. This was a touchdown. We're going to watch it in real time. Again, gun look, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. You got one-on-one coverage here. Caleb sees that, checks out of something. Roschon Johnson releases late, so you get a one-on-one matchup right here. Caleb sees that, boom, ball's out, touchdown. Let's slow it down. Same thing. This looks like a zone coverage look. Cole Kmet comes in motion. The minute this ball is snapped, same thing that happened with Alec Pierce in that Jaguars game. The minute that ball is snapped, DJ gets inside leverage. And on one-on-one coverage, when you're able to generate those explosive plays, Caleb looks off the safety, mind you, because right here you get a situation where two guys basically collide with each other because he's going to pick up Cole Kmet in the flat. Rome Odunze is running like a streak route, and this is like the big key right here. Keenan Allen right here runs his route perfectly. That's a touchdown if Caleb decides to throw that, or maybe not, because the safety right here. You see him right here, he's drifting over. But because he's drifting over, and this guy is drifting over, and this guy is clearly concerned about Roschon Johnson, who's picking up DJ Moore down here? So he's left with one-on-one coverage. Caleb sees that because the safety got manipulated into thinking that Caleb was going to throw this ball over here. Caleb sees that, lets it go, basically with a flick of the wrist. By the time the safety realizes it's too late, touchdown. So we got to be able to generate those explosive plays. I feel like Shane Waldron will be able to do that against this Jacksonville Jaguars defense. We need to do that against this secondary specifically that isn't very good. We're able to do that and get some long routes developing over the middle of the field, get them going vertically. We should be able to win this game. Number 2. I'd say we have to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a really, really good, has a really, really good supporting cast next to him. Brian Thomas Jr. You got Christian Kirk. You got Gabe Davis. The Evan Ingram is coming back. They got a good running game, which I'll get to next in the next point. So if we're not able to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence, that would be my second key. We're gonna get picked apart all day. Now, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We're going to be without Jaquan Brisker, especially in that secondary. And the Bears are one of the best secondary groups in the NFL. They're one of the best coverage groups in the NFL. So if we're not able to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence, with Jaquan Brisker missing, and he's really improved his pass coverage, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to pick us apart. I'm going to show you guys a play here. And this is a play to Brian Thomas Jr. One of my favorite receivers coming out in the draft. Gun look. Again, 2-4 wide receiver look. Unless that's a tight end right there. I can't really tell. I think that's a tight end up here. So I'm going to say 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end. It's gun look, 5-man protection. What you're going to get, Lawrence is going to take it. And because the Colts aren't able to get adequate pressure, Brian Thomas Jr. is going to run like a little slot fade or something, a little double move action right here, because this guy right here is trying to pick up this hitch route, so he's going to commit to that. These guys are occupied with whatever's going on down here. He's going to run like a little route over the middle of the field, so this safety is in no man's land right here. The backers let them get inside leverage, outside leverage. Trevor Lawrence sees that Brian Thomas Jr. is coming open, and what happens? Because of Brian Thomas's speed, Trevor Lawrence releases that ball and he's basically gone. We cannot let that happen on Sunday. So to mitigate that, we need to see what we saw on Sunday with the pass rush, especially with blitzing, because I don't think our front four is going to be good enough, or at least consistent enough to get consistent pressure on Trevor Lawrence. They have a decent offensive line, I would say, and just by a talent perspective. But if you're not careful, they will burn you. This is like a man. I think this is a zone coverage look as well. Yeah, this is all zone coverage. So if somebody missed an assignment, or this guy was supposed to pick him up, because I just don't see. I don't know what's going on here, because everybody is just committing to underneath. So I don't know if this safety here was supposed to pick him up, or this guy here was supposed to pick him up. But if the Bears had miscommunication like this, plus everybody is blocked up on this line, so by the time Trevor Lawrence hits his back foot, there's nobody in his face. We cannot let Trevor Lawrence get comfortable in that pocket. Once you get to Trevor Lawrence, and nobody brings this up in the media or anywhere else, nobody brings this up. If you get to Trevor Lawrence, you start blitzing him and making him uncomfortable, he'll start throwing interceptions, and he'll take really, really bad sacks. He does not like to get hit in the pocket. He likes to stay in that pocket. He's not much of a running quarterback. He can do it, but he's not a good running quarterback in my opinion. And he doesn't perform well under pressure. So consistent blitzes. Matt Eberflus likes to dial him up. He's been more aggressive with the blitzes this year. So I think, honestly, if the Bears are able to do this and they're able to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence, they should be able to get a couple interceptions. They should be able to limit all that talent down there and in Jacksonville. Because, man, I'm going to highlight this guy right here as well. Tank Bigsby is a weapon for them. And compare that with the fact that they got Brian Thomas Jr., who's a zone buster, and the Bears play a lot of cover 3 zone. Christian Kirk, also a zone buster. Gabe Davis, also a zone buster. If they're not able to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence, he's going to pick him up. He's going to pick him apart. Plus, add that to the fact that they can run the ball with this Tank Bigsby guy, and it might, if the Bears are not able to get pressure and they're not able to get off the field on third down, force this team into third and long situations, they're going to get picked apart, man. So I think my second key would be getting pressure on Trevor Lawrence is important. We've seen the Bears dial up good pressure, especially when it comes to like that cornerback blitz that we get with Kyler Gordon. So they should be able to generate enough pressure, especially if they're going to blitz aggressively. They should be able to generate enough pressure on on Trevor Lawrence. Now, I would say the third key, and this is also important, I would say the third key is, like I said, we got to be able to stop the run game of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would say this Jacksonville Jaguars rushing unit, it could be better than what it is if Travis Etienne is playing better. But this Tank Bigsby guy, he is amazing. 101 yards, 2 touchdowns, and average 7 yards per carry. And this is the one weakness with the Bears defense that I've seen all season has been their run defense. You can't tell me that every week we go into a game and the Bears are giving up. They're giving up 97 yards rushing plus 7 yards per carry. Chuba Hubbard did that last week. I can only imagine what this Bigsby guy is going to do. Tony Pollard rushed for like 80 yards in week 1, 93 yards in week 1. They shut down Joe Mixon in week 2. Then they immediately relapsed in week 3 against the Indianapolis Colts. Last week, they had a rough game against the run against Kyron Williams. And I think it's more of a mental thing than anything, because we know the Bears, they should be better than what they are with run defense. Because this is a team that was top 5 last year in run defense as a whole. Now they're giving up 7 yards per carry, 5 yards per carry, 6 yards per carry. And if the I'm telling you right now, if the Jacksonville Jaguars are able to get a decent run game going, it's wraps. I'm going to show you another play here. And this was a touchdown too. Like, he just abused the Indianapolis Colts on this play. We're going to watch it in real time. This is like a fake fullback handoff pitch play. Look at what Tank Bigsby does. Breaks tackle, breaks tackle, breaks a tackle, stiff arms a man, gone. I don't know where they got this guy. I have no idea where this dude came from, but he is a baller when you can do stuff like that. And this Bears defense is susceptible to stuff like that because the Bears defense is weak to lateral movement and misdirection. And we saw it during that game with the Colts. We saw it during that game with the Titans. They are weak to misdirection. So what you're going to get here, is I can slow down the play, is you're going to get an I formation look. The tight end's going to come in motion. This is full man coverage. Somebody has to attack this gap. And this play is basically blown up. So tight end comes in motion. You're going to get the snap here. Guard's going to pull. So he's selling it big time. Trevor Lawrence fakes the handoff to the tight end / fullback and then pitches it. That's misdirection. Because you have all these guys just having that slight hesitation. So what you're going to get here, this play, because whoever this is right here, and maybe it's a miscommunication or maybe it's just the way the play is designed. He lets number 97 right through. So Tank sees that. This tight end gets beat. Somebody on this Colts team has to make this tackle. Mind you, Anton Harrison, I think that's him right here, he does not get a good leverage or a good position to block at all. Dude comes through, blows past the tight end, breaks it, doesn't make the tackle. This guy right here, number 97, over pursues, doesn't make the tackle. Anton Harrison does a lazy push block. Basically pushes the guy into him. He falls down and doesn't make the tackle. Now, I know it rains a lot in Jacksonville and maybe the field was slick or something, but once he breaks the second level and nobody picks him up in the second level, this guy is basically jogging to the ball. He's gone. Right through the middle. Gone. Nobody attacked the ball right there. Not a single person attacked the ball on that play. Let me bring it up one more time. Why is my all 22 not working? All right, we're back. Like, you just cannot have this. And the Bears do a lot of this sometimes, especially when it's like a misdirection run. If the Bears are lazy, giving lazy effort like this, and they're not able to fill their run gaps, Tank Bigsby is going to have a bigger day than he did last week because the Bears are already giving up 7 yards per carry. Almost, it seems like almost to every running back. What is number 33 is so scared of taking that block, or whoever this is right here, he doesn't pursue the ball at all. This guy just basically is so flat-footed that he backpedals. Instead of going towards the ball, he backpedals. So this cannot happen. And nobody makes a tackle. He gets stiff-armed. And nobody makes a tackle, and he's gone. If the Bears are not able to tackle or be aggressive on defense, they're going to get gashed. So I don't know what they have to do. I don't know what plays they have to call. But this run defense has to improve. Guys got to win their one-on-one matchups because with Chuba Hubbard averaging 7 yards per carry last week and this big on the same amount of carries and had less yards, and then this guy comes out and does that, it's going to be a rough time. It is. So stopping the run, because if you're able to stop that run, it's going to put a lot more pressure on Trevor Lawrence to get it done with his arm. And I'd rather have him beat me than just Tank Bigsby running all over you. So I would say, getting that run game, stopping that run game of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Plus, people forget about Travis Etienne. The guy was a good running back in college. He was a good running back last year. I don't know what's going on with him this year, but he's a good running back. They have 2. So if the Bears aren't able to stop either of them, it's going to be a long, long game for them. And we saw it with Jonathan Taylor. We saw it with Tony Pollard. It sets up scoring drives for these players. And we saw it with Kyron Williams in the Los Angeles game when they were able to run the ball like that. It set up play action. The only difference is that the quarterback in that Carolina Panthers game wasn't as good as Matthew Stafford. You're going against Trevor Lawrence, and if you give up 7 yards per carry and they're consistently picking up 5-6 yards per carry and getting first downs with the run game, that's going to cause the safeties to come up. And with Jaquan Brisker missing, that's going to open up the play action. And we just saw what Brian Thomas could do when you put him on play action. So what I would say is the Bears are going to have to stop the run anyway, find any way they can to stop the run, because if they don't, it is over, man. It's over. So basically, with that being said, I really do think that the Bears will win this game. I got them winning 30 to 20. And I say that because this secondary for the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's still suspect to me. Even with Tyson Campbell coming back, yeah, he might be able to match up a little bit better with DJ Moore, but it's pretty much the same situation you have with this guy up here, last week with J.C. Horn. Just the one good corner going against, or just an average to good corner going against one of the best wide receivers in the league. Plus, who's going to match up with Keenan Allen, and who's going to match up with Rome Odunze? Who's going to match up with Cole Kmet? And now, with the Bears having a much more explosive run game in the recent weeks, that's going to set up things for our young quarterback. If we're able to protect Caleb Williams, we're able to run the ball easily on that Jags defense, because they have to defend us too. It's not like DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson aren't a good tandem either. They may not be averaging as much yards per carry, but they're still a really good tandem. And DeAndre Swift gives you that extra gear of being a pass catcher out the backfield as well. So I feel like with the plays Shane Waldron is calling, just like this, I feel like with the plays that he's calling and the way their offense is starting to come together, guys are starting to give Caleb enough time to throw. Guys are getting open very consistently. And now Caleb is starting to see those guys. We'll be able to take advantage of the mistakes that Jacksonville makes on their back seven, and we're going to be able to score points. You're going to see plays like this on Sunday. As for the defense for the Chicago Bears, while I do think that the run defense is weak, I feel like at some point the Bears are going to bunker down on the Jacksonville Jaguars run offense, and they're going to force Trevor Lawrence to throw the ball in the air. I do think missing Jaquan Brisker is going to be a bit of an issue, especially because Evan Ingram is coming back. And with Jonathan Owens playing there, I don't know how good of a coverage safety he is, especially as a full-time starter. Maybe they split snaps with Elijah Hicks, but I would expect Jonathan Owens to play most of the snaps. At the same time, we do have a really good secondary in our corners. I think all our corners are healthy. We're going to have Tyreek Stevenson. We're going to have Jalen Johnson. We can match up with anybody as long as that pass rush can get to Trevor Lawrence and Matt Eberflus is able to draw up some blitzes to get to Trevor Lawrence. We stop that run game. We should have a better chance than anybody. And with that defense that the Jacksonville Jaguars have, I'm not joking. I'll pull it up. I'm not joking. The Jacksonville Jaguars have the worst coverage in the NFL per EPA per QB. So, I definitely think the Bears will be able to win this game. I think they'll be able to exploit that back seven. I think they'll be able to exploit that secondary. I feel like we're going to be able to draw up explosive plays like this. And if Shane Waldron can stick to the game plan, maybe implement a few things here and there, I feel like they're going to win. I do. 30-20 Bears on Sunday. I think the Bears walk into the bye with a win, and they'll be ready to come out the bye and run that gauntlet because it's going to be brutal. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I wanted to just quickly throw this together. I'm starting to flirt with the idea of doing these more, and I have access to this stuff, so why not? I hate that I have to have this gray overlay over this, but that's okay if you guys can see it clearly on the stream. I'm going to get up out of here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video as it helps the channel grow. I'm still on my road to 1,000 subscribers. I will put the stream up on the channel as well. Comment who you have winning down in the comment section. Do you have Jacksonville or do you have Chicago? Make sure you guys tell me how and why you have them winning, as I definitely will win it. I definitely will read them, and I really appreciate the input. As always, guys, follow me on social media, as I have a lot of really good discussions on social media as well. I also have a giveaway contest going on, so if you look on the channel for that, you will see the rules and eligibility options for that on one of my videos. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'm out. Bear down. Peace.